Have you ever thought rich people spend all day popping champagne on yachts, blowing thousands on designer clothes, and flexing their cars on social media? What if I told you most of that is not how real wealth works? Because what poor people think the rich do, and what the truly rich actually do, are two very different worlds. And in this video, we're going to break those myths wide open. So stick around, because by the end, you'll be seeing wealth with brand new eyes, and maybe even start building it for yourself. Let's get into it. Number 1. Poor people think rich. People always buy the most expensive things. It's a common belief. If someone is rich, they must always buy the biggest, flashiest, most expensive version of everything. Luxury cars, designer labels, $1 million watch. But here's the truth. Most wealthy people don't waste their money trying to look rich. They know the difference between value and vanity. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for around $30,000. Mark Zuckerberg often wears the same plain gray t-shirt and jeans. Why? Because their wealth isn't about impressing strangers. It's about building freedom. Meanwhile, some people who aren't financially secure are maxing out credit cards just to buy things that look rich. The wealthy don't buy liabilities to show off. They buy assets that quietly grow. Number 2. Poor people think rich people work less. You've seen it in movies. The rich guy is on a golf course by 11 a.m., sipping a martini. But behind the scenes, many wealthy people are up before sunrise, working hard on businesses, investments, or creative ventures. A 2018 study from WealthX found that over 65% of ultra-high net worth individuals are self-made. That means they built their wealth through effort, not inheritance. They take risks, they solve problems, they manage teams, and they keep learning every single day. 4. Example, Elon Musk famously works 80 to 100 hours per week. Not because he has to, but because he's obsessed with building. Many rich people don't work less. They just work differently. They work on systems that eventually let them earn without trading time for money. Number 3. Poor people think rich. People rely on luck. He just got lucky. She was in the right place at the right time. People often think wealth is a lottery ticket, but more often than not, it's not about luck. It's about leverage, smart planning, compounding effort, and making decisions most people avoid. Take someone like Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She started with $5,000 in savings, no investors, and built a billion-dollar company. Yes, timing played a part, but it was her grit, her creativity, and her refusal to quit that made the difference. Poor people might wait for opportunity. Rich people create opportunity. Number 4. Poor people think rich people waste money on fancy cars, fast cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. Yes, they look cool, but here's the secret. Most wealthy people don't buy exotic cars the moment they get rich. Many buy them only after their investments are paying them more than enough every month. And even then, they often buy used, or lease through their business for tax advantages. Some don't buy at all. For example, the founder of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad, drove a 1993 Volvo for decades. He was a billionaire, but he valued simplicity. Owning a fancy car doesn't mean you're rich. It might just mean you're making payments. Number 5. Poor people think rich people avoid coupons or budgeting. You'd think rich people wouldn't care about prices, that they walk into a store and buy whatever they want, no questions asked. But many wealthy people are obsessed with budgeting and cutting waste. They track their spending, set financial goals, and yes, sometimes even use coupons. Why? Because money management is a skill, and no matter how much money you make, poor decisions can sink you fast. Look at pro athletes or lottery winners who went broke after a few years. They made a lot, but they didn't keep it. The rich know. It's not about what you earn. It's about what you keep. Number 6. Poor people think rich people only care about themselves. There's a common idea that the wealthy are greedy, cold, and disconnected. But in reality, many wealthy people are extremely generous, with both money and time. They donate to charities, mentor others, build schools, fund startups. Why? Because they know that wealth has the power to create change. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett launched the Giving Pledge, asking billionaires to donate most of their wealth to good causes. Of course, not all rich people are generous, but many know the more you give, the more abundant your life feels. Number 7. Poor people think rich people inherit everything. While it's true some people are born into wealth, that's not the full story. According to a report by Fidelity, 88% of millionaires in the United States are self-made. That means they started with zero, no trust fund, no rich parents, just a plan and persistence. They built businesses, they invested, they learned about money, and they applied what they learned. Wealth isn't something you just stumble into. For most, it's earned over years, sometimes decades, of smart decisions and hard lessons. Number 8. Poor people think rich people watch a lot of TV. Surprisingly, this one's true, but only for some types of rich people. Passive income earners, they might binge Netflix sometimes. But when you look at self-made millionaires, studies show they rarely waste hours watching TV. Instead, they read, they learn, they network. Thomas Corley, author of Rich Habits, found that 67% of wealthy individuals watch less than 1 hour of TV a day. Meanwhile, 77% of poor individuals watch more than 1 hour per day. It's not that rich people don't like fun. They just choose activities that grow them, not numb them. Number 9. Poor people think rich people always look the part. Fancy suits, perfect hair, flashy jewelry. That's how wealth looks, right? Not always. Steve Jobs wore black turtlenecks. Jeff Bezos used to wear cheap polo shirts. Many rich people don't care how they look. They care what they own. They let their assets flex for them, not their outfits. It's easy to fake looking rich, but building real wealth, that takes patience, discipline, and priorities. Number 10. Poor people think rich people don't worry about money. You'd think if you had $10 million, you'd never worry again. But here's the twist. Many rich people still stress about money, but their worries are different. They think about preserving wealth, growing it safely, avoiding taxes legally, diversifying. For example, they may worry about estate planning or market downturns. They don't just spend freely. They plan for worst-case scenarios, because when you have a lot, you also have a lot to lose. Peace of mind comes from control, not just the size of your bank account. Number 11. Poor people think rich people don't pay taxes. This one's partly true, but not in the way people think. Rich people don't avoid taxes by cheating. They use the tax code smartly because it rewards investing, business ownership, and asset creation. For example, a rich person might borrow against their investments instead of selling them, avoiding capital gains. Or they might buy real estate and use depreciation to reduce taxable income. It's all legal, and it's all available to anyone willing to learn. Number 12. Poor people think rich people just get lucky with timing. You had to be there in the 90s. Tech money made them rich. But timing means nothing without preparation. Amazon didn't become big overnight. Neither did Apple or Google. The founders spent years building, failing, learning. You might be seeing their success now, but behind it was a long grind. The rich don't wait for lucky breaks. They prepare, so when opportunity knocks, they're ready. Number 13. Poor people think rich people are smarter. Not always. Many wealthy people were average students. Some even dropped out, but they did one thing differently. They took action. They tested ideas. They made mistakes. They failed forward. You don't have to be a genius to become wealthy. You just need to be curious, disciplined, and consistent. Knowledge is everywhere, but applying it, that's rare. Number 14. Poor people think rich people always take big risks. Jumping into crypto, starting wild businesses, betting big. Sounds exciting, but in truth, most wealthy people take calculated risks. They don't gamble. They research. They hedge. They protect the downside. They don't throw money at shiny things. They build systems that grow wealth over time. If it feels like a lottery, it's probably not wealth building. It's gambling dressed in a tuxedo. Number 15. Poor people think rich people care what people think, but many wealthy people care less about impressing others. They're not worried about social media likes. They're focused on real goals, their families, their legacy, their freedom. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't need approval. When you build wealth the right way, you stop living for the crowd and start living for yourself. So, what do you think? Now, are the rich just lucky show-offs? Or are they quiet, disciplined builders who play a different game? Let me know in the comments. What's one thing you used to believe about rich people that you no longer believe?